Are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then I'll begin. During this video, I do talk about my action plan that I formulated to withdraw from Tramadol, and you'll find a link to that underneath this video. It's hosted on Mediafire. It's a PDF file. You can download it for free. Won't cost you anything. And but for me, not saying it will work for you because we're all different, but you can give it a try. You never know. Although I did progress to Tramadol, I did start with something else. So I'll tell you my story, and we'll take it from there. So my story begins with a visit to the dentist I had, and I had a root canal treatment. The dentist suggested that I buy some paracetamol and codeine tablets on my way home because once the anaesthetic wore off, it would be very painful. He said to take the tablets for a couple of days, by which time the worst of the pain would be gone. I did this and took the tablets and took them for 2 days, and then I stopped. The first time I took them, I experienced a kind of mild buzz. My mind felt clear and I was energised. However, I stopped when I'd been told to. I didn't touch any painkillers then for about a year. A year later, I was going through a very sort of tough time in my life. Almost out of nowhere, I remembered that feeling that I'd experienced when I'd taken the paracetamol and codeine, and I thought it would be so good to have that feeling again, even just for a few hours. Of course, this is a very slippery slope for anyone with an addictive personality such as mine, and it was a very bad decision to make. Once I'd become reacquainted with this mild high, I didn't want to lose it, and so I began regularly taking paracetamol and codeine tablets. In the UK, they're available over the counter, so it was easy to get hold of them. My tolerance grew with time, and as the months and years passed, I increased my dosage so as to achieve the same effect I'd initially felt. With paracetamol and codeine, I did manage to stop taking them every now and again for a few weeks here and there, and became involved in a roundabout of addiction and withdrawal. Then I visited my sister. She has an ongoing back problem which flares up from time to time, and during this particular visit she told me that she'd been prescribed some painkillers for her back, but she didn't like them as they made her feel sort of funny, and they were called Tramadol. I just knew I had to try them. My sister said she was going to throw them away, and I was there when she threw them away, and of course I took them for myself out of the bin. I didn't take any paracetamol and codeine for 24 hours, and then I took one Tramadol tablet, one 50mg tablet, and in less than an hour I felt amazing. My head was clear, full of energy, positive, upbeat, and how I imagine most people probably felt most of the time. I felt I'd found my ultimate sort of mood lifter, my perfect fix-it-all panacea. I started taking just one 50mg tablet a day, and that seemed to last me all day. And then, of course, I began to feel a bit down or flat in the late afternoon, so I added another dose. And then within a couple of months, I was up to 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and within a year and a half, I was on 16 a day. Although I was completely addicted, I never went over 800mg a day. It became my guilty secret. I told no one. I managed to get cheap, generic Tramadol from Thailand, and it arrived every month on cue. 1 month it was late, and I went through an enforced withdrawal for 2 days. I can't even begin to describe how horrible I felt on that second day. The tablets arrived in the post on the third morning, and I immediately popped a couple, and within an hour I felt myself again. I made sure that in future I had enough to get myself through, so that if there was a delay again, I didn't want to go through that withdrawal. Time passed, and after just 2.5 years of using, or rather abusing, Tramadol, I decided to quit. Stupidly, I did no research and went through cold turkey. By the end of the third day, I thought I was going to die, and I caved in and started taking them again. And then I went through another 3 unsuccessful cold turkey attempts. I knew that this had to stop, and if I was going to do it, I would need help. I decided not to go to my doctor because I didn't want it to be on my medical records or being put on antidepressants. I scoured the internet for months on how I could make withdrawal easier. I took a little bit of information from here, a little bit from there, until I formulated a plan. The withdrawal symptoms associated with Tramadol are many. You'll have things like low mood, depression, flu-like symptoms, something I call brain zaps, which is a sort of unpleasant sensation. It feels like a small electric current sort of pinging across your brain. And after about a week, that did stop when I was on my withdrawal plan. I tried to imagine it was like my brain retraining or rewiring itself after being on Tramadol for so long. Also, you may get diarrhea, you get restless leg syndrome in the middle of the night, where your legs sort of like move about. You also suffer with insomnia. There are many withdrawals symptoms, and I mention them all in the action plan. I've been off Tramadol now for many years, and it was the best thing I ever did in my life to stop taking it. It was an absolute nightmare, and it controlled my life, and it had to stop. You can make it stop too. Have a look at the plan and give it a go. You've really got nothing to lose. Okay, well that's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Bye-bye.